Hi everyone, at Treasure Home with Sunday Live Marathon that keeps us going. So we got Mr. and Mrs. Walter Job and Rebecca. So hello, Carla and Walter. So I say hi, Carla and Walter. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, TV watchers. Hi, chat. Hi, replay watchers. Alrighty. So, take my fan off the charger for a minute. Put it back on mute. Vibrate, whatever. So how's everybody doing tonight? It has been a long day. Been a good day, but it's been a long day. Been a good day. It's been a long. Don't want the echo. Alright. Alright. Just want to make sure what I put in this description. And everything. Hey, Miss Karma, I got your mail. What you sent the other day. I meant to ask you, last night, did you want me to open up on the live or do a video? I can do both. So I was like, I got Karma, what Karma sent me, and I have a Christmas card from Gail Southern Living. So I'm just like, I'm so behind on making videos. Trying to do this marathon thing. Okay, I'll do a video. That's what I'll do. I know. I thought that was pretty cool because my son bought it in. And I was looking at it and like, oh, I know who this is from. He just looks at me so funny when people send me stuff. I said, that's the favor of God. Trying to help him. That's a long story. Y'all just pray for Anastasia's dad and mom. And Anastasia. So, yeah, I had put in there about making cinnamon rolls. I still want to do that. So, here in a few minutes, I'll get up and we'll go in the kitchen. Just getting my thoughts together and everything, because it's supposed to be cold tonight. It's not supposed to be cold tonight. It's supposed to be cold tonight, and it's not supposed to be cold tonight. I'm just like, so last night it was cold. I think I told y'all it was cold in here, and I couldn't. Well, first it was warm because it was 66. It set on 66, and I turned it down. And then all of a sudden it got cold. I mean, the heat would click on, and but that wasn't the part of why it was cold. I clicked on something. That's not what I was clicking on. I was clicking on the weather. 25 degrees outside. Feels like 25, but our low tonight is 19. So I was like, when they sit there and say, hey, Julie, how you doing? Tell Jerry I said hello. It's supposed to be warm and everything. And it's like, yeah, I don't think y'all know what y'all talking about when it comes to the weather, because it's 38 today, but the low was supposed to be 19, but the low tonight's 19. So then tomorrow, it's supposed to be 42 and the low 36. Tuesday is 53, a low 32. Wednesday is 48 with the low 41, and then Thursday 56 with 50. But it's changed all week long. So I know the models change every day, and blah blah blah. But they need to say, be prepared for this, but it might be this. I don't know. I don't know all of them. They all look at the same thing and they all tell us something different. That's what the gets me. Weather for Columbia. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 39 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. The wind is blowing a southeast at 10 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 36%. So, yeah, that's my thing about the Kathy. Hey, lady, how you doing? I gotta go back and watch your replay Wednesday night. Um, I saw you on. I was upstairs with Anastasia, and we were watching the Polar Express. So I was like, oh, okay. So I've got to catch up on other people's lives and everything too. And I'm trying to make that 4K hours. You know, those little goals that they set and everything. So that's what I'm doing. Becky and the kid, awesome. Woohoo! That's going to be a great Christmas. A new place and the kids are there. And everything. As long as you, it's going to be cold down there too. Because I know people who, move down to the south because it's warm and everything. Oh, that's awesome. And now it gets the polar air is starting to reach down south and everything. So it's like, that reminds me of a little Christmas show, The Year Without a Santa Claus. You know, cold miser, winter, or call him Mr. Winter, and heat miser, fighting for the temperatures and stuff. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's like, the jet stream goes like this and dips up and all that good stuff. Oh, good. I'm glad they're there for a while. So I'm going to be working on this blanket still. And I'm going to go start the yeast because that takes 10 minutes for that to activate. And then we'll just get everything all together. All right. Trying to get this so I don't have to use the mouse. But I keep my phone up on here so it will charge the computer. And tomorrow is cooking day. Just like in Mary Poppins, when they were asking the maid, whoever, to watch the kids, and she said no, she had cleaned this ass to cook, and she goes, oh no, this is Cook's baking day. She don't do nothing else but on baking day. Every time I think about that. It's baking, baking all that stuff up for the whole week. It's like, man. Alrighty, so you're gonna bowl out. And the thing with these are cold because, so we're talking about this other night, how cold it's because there's no insulation. The world is on that. Yuck. That's gonna sit right there. Put that back in there. And the strainer. Let the water warm up. Alrighty. So Has anybody gone to like any Christmas, no, like the Christmas pageants or Christmas shows at church? I remember September we would start practicing for all the songs and everything. So I was like, I miss those days. But I can't sit. It's just hard for me to sit in the pews now, even if they do have cushions. You'll see how much I fiddle around when I'm sitting in the chair. It's so cold. This stuff is, and it's not even close to the expiration date. Right, so don't. Oh, all right. I've tried all kinds of ways with this piece. I'll dissolve the sugar first. I went to a Christmas party at work. Nothing Christmas for church. Was not, well, the day. Oh, that is not awesome. That is awesome. Always how that works. I mean, awesome that you have the Christmas stuff at work. Let me go get my notebook. I'm getting the chair because I'm not just going to go back and forth for 10 minutes. All right. Because I had to write down the recipe again because the kids did a play about the candy cane creation. Awesome. I love that. Miss Kathy, that's a question. Did the candy cane start in Germany? Because I've seen the different things say about it. All right. That was the only thing I was beginning was the egg. All right, that's all right. So, hey, Misha. Oh, that's so cool. Dun 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 dun. I don't remember if that's in William Tell's overture. I don't think it's Beethoven's Fifth either. So it's the Sugar Plum. Yeah, I know the Sugar Plum Fairy, but it's actually. All right, let's see here. Um, And then it says a nutcracker, but it's Pavel Lick Tchaikovsky. I can say Tchaikovsky, but I can't say his name. Opera 79, known for its magical bell sounds featuring the unique celestial instrument. So, yeah, Tchaikovsky. So, yeah, I can't play that one on the piano. No. I can play some of them, like Furley's, a few others, but yeah, not that one. Looking good so far. I'll do. I always preheat my oven for a couple of minutes so it's the nice warm space. So they're having something. Right. Good night. You have fun with Becky and the kids, and you have a Merry Christmas, Kathy. Yeah, I remember that. I have that memorized. Da 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 da. You know, so I like that one. Yeah, because in the beginning of playing the piano and everything, they have it where, like beginner one book and everything. So it's just the basic notes. Then as you go along and everything, you get to the whole piece and everything. So you're doing the right, both hands and everything and all. So I think I still have that downstairs, another part of the basement. Oh, as far as the music in the book or the sheet music. I tried teaching her, but she only wanted to memorize a few and then be done. Say like, oh, I don't know. I tried to teach Anastasia. She's just like the keyboard little thing that she got, and I was like, look, Nana can play that, and I started playing different stuff. She looked at me. She goes, what? I'm like, yeah. Don't you want to learn? She goes, yes. Her mind that was not what she wanted to do. Now drawing, she can sit there and draw for hours, and that's her daddy. He can sit there and do the same thing. They got their own thing. I guess I know, but like other countries, like so much Japan and stuff like that. Those kids, you do it or you just do it. If they tell you to do it, you just do it. But we all played the piano. So the upright was actually gotten from my next to oldest sister. She took a few lessons. She plays more by ear. So, into volleyball hard. Yeah, got all the injuries now. Oh yeah, definitely. My oldest sister, she knows how to play one or two songs. My brother, he took I think 6 months of lessons or something. Or he tried or whatever. I was the one that had to sit there and picked it up, and they're like, okay, you're gonna have piano lessons. I'm like, okay. I loved it. Didn't bother me. Learning all that and everything. Because one of us was going to be a famous pianist. That's what my mom's goal was. And no. Now, I don't mind playing for people. Like getting up in church, I played for, like when they were taking the offering, when the beginning of church, the same thing when we were at chapel and everything, or just playing for, like entertainment or something. Hey, Ruby, but to play with people to sing along with, not unless it was just me and my brother, or at home with the family and everything, it was fine. But They tried to get me to do that one time for our chapel at school, and I was like, no, 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 because because the girl that actually played for us to sing along, you, they always said that the piano, the place for the people singing, but I always like, when I'm playing the piano, the person needs to follow me in the way it goes or whatever. And so there was always a conflict of whatever was supposed to happen. I was like, oh, then let so-and-so, she can still keep playing for everybody to sing to. When she gets there, we just get up and switch places. And that'd be it. And that's what we did. Yeah. So, say 30. So the chapel was for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So say 30 in each class. So easy, around 200 of us in the chapel, which that's how big the chapel was. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll play for everybody to come in and everything. Everybody gets seated and everything. And when she gets there, she can come. We can just switch. She was so mad because she was really good because her mom was a piano teacher. But I was like, My friend and I are playing O Come Emmanuel for Christmas Eve duet. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's a song I haven't sung. I like that song. O come Emmanuel. There is some captive. I forgot to turn that sucker off. Yes, I am. Oh, that's right. We can heat up the downstairs, and that way nobody has to turn on the heat for upstairs or whatever. I don't think it's been 10 minutes yet. Let's see here. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel. O come, O wisdom from on high. See, I don't know, I've always got the first verse right, and then the next one is like, I don't, yeah, we've never sung, we always were saying just the first verse. O come, Emmanuel, wisdom on high, who ordered all things might lead to us the path of knowledge shown, and teach us in its own way, its ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel. That has 7 verses to it. O come, O King of nations, and won the hearts of all mankind. Bid all our sadness, division cease, and be yourself our King of peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel. Yeah. I love Ina's version sung in English, Celtic, and Latin. Oh, cool. It was a mistake by her team, and the next day they uploaded it the right way. Okay, I missed that. I don't have my mouse over here. The song is beautiful, but Gabby Barrett put it out before Halloween, and someone played it backwards. This is how it was put out. It was so creepy. Everyone said it must have been a cult. What people do. Oh my goodness gracious. It's just stupid. Alrighty. So, I need an egg. I'll set right there so it won't roll off the counter. Right there. So 3 tablespoons of oil. One, two, three. Alrighty. Then we need a teaspoon of salt. There we go. The 1 egg. These towels never stay up on the. You use the handle of the stove to put your cup towel there, and it never stays. Alright, there's an egg. Yes, I'm doing mine backwards. I'm winging it. And then we need 3 cups of flour. So I still have this flour right here, so we're just going to use this up. Alright, everybody, I'm putting my ring right in my pocket. That's where it's going. Alright, so I'm going to get 3 cups of flour. That's 1. 2. 3. Alright, and 3. There we go. Well, that has a snickerdoodle recipe on the back of it. Does look good. Let me get my spoon. And since I didn't look at my recipe, because it only called for 1 cup of cold warm water, I put 1.5, so I might need 1 more thing of flour. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna need more flour. Which is pretty cool, because this is almost empty. I got 2, 1, I'll add a little bit at a time. There we go. 2 1-gallon mason jars of flour. All right. I try not to use my hands. Yeah, even though I washed them, I try not to use too much. Do my hands too much. And that came from when my hands were so bad with the alcohol that I couldn't use my hands anyway. So I got used to doing this. And yes, I could pull out the Ninja and the dough hook and all that. Sometimes it's just easier just to do it like this. All right. So we're going to leave it like this. Get the rest of it off. Cut it, cover it, and then stick it in the If anybody ever just eat dough. I remember growing up and they make cakes or something or another. And they're scraping you can't scrape the bowl anymore. And I'm like, no, you gotta lick something for me to, lick the spoon and stuff like that. Right. So I got my dough covered. I probably can use more flour, but that's all right. Alrighty. I'm going to cover it and we'll stick it in the oven and let it rise for an hour. Okay, put this over here. Clean this up. The scissors away. And get the flour off the mint. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. Oh, but that's alright. The shades are working hard. I'm going to take the chair back and then I'll come back and get the computer. Turn that off. This time I am putting a timer on. So let's say 59 minutes. Give it a little bit extra time. Alright. My computer wants to bake. It's got flour all over it. They don't forget me. Alrighty. We are making cinnamon rolls. And what I'm going to do is, just back from listening to Enya. Wow, that is beautiful. Thanks for sharing. We only do one song by her. Okay, cool. cinnamon rolls so that like the next couple of days we won't have to worry about breakfast. Well, if they want some, they have some. If not, you know, it's all right. We'll use it as a night snack, or have cinnamon roll for Santa. I got some quinoa the other day. So on the cooking channel, I will be using that to make something. And we still have oat flour and all that stuff to start using up. So I will be doing that. So that's the only thing. If I put lotion on, then I gotta wash my hands. All back in the comments. I make. Oh my goodness. Dana chucks are great for manual mixing, yeah? I'm making cinnamon rolls for the first time. Oh my goodness. Julie, it's easy. The only thing that, right. So now mine, because it's a regular dough and everything, it rises for an hour. Then you knead it again, and then you put it in the fridge because the dough needs to be kind of not stiff, but stiff enough that when you roll it out, it will stay. And then making your cinnamon mix. So people use sugar. I've used stevia. The powdered stevia. I've used organic sugar. That still works for making the filling. I'm gonna get me some coffee. Oh. I think I made it that dark. So now they are at the grocery store. I'm gonna be baking and cooking and all kinds of good stuff. I think to grab that. See, walking with the cane. And then, you have. So I was thinking of making one again or looking at one, like a crossbody bag or something else that I can like put in stuff and just walk around with it. But if it's a book, that'd be way too heavy. You think it's better to bake half and freeze half? Oh, you can freeze half, and then when you're ready to bake them, just pop them in the oven and bake them. So you can freeze all of them and just take out what you want for that and just let it thaw for a little bit and then bake them. Some people just bake them frozen, but it takes a little bit longer. So I would thaw them out a little bit, pop them in the oven and bake them. Now, she doesn't cook vegan or anything. All right. Little Village Homestead. They're not dairy free or vegan or anything, but she does a ton of freezer meals and stuff and everything. She's got a big family, but she also tells you how to do it for smaller portions. Now Ellen Abundance Life on Less. She's in Cleveland, Ohio. She is vegan, so she shows y'all how to make the seitan and all that stuff and everything. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to try that yet or not. I still like my chicken and my turkey, but that's a good option too. If you don't want the meat or anything like that. Kind of don't blame with all the hormones and stuff they feed everything now. But I am proud to be an American at this point in time. I'm proud of our country. They're doing so well. And if y'all haven't heard, I normally don't talk politics, but since it is food related, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The reason why he got started on looking at all that is because his two kids had food allergies. Two of his kids had food allergies. So that's when he started looking into things and everything and became a big advocate about what the ingredients are. So thank you, our president, for picking. Now, if you heard one of his speeches, he said he'd been praying for the last 20, 25 years for the Lord to put him into a position in government so that he could sit there and help and get this stuff, realized and everything, And he said in August he was praying. He goes, because he was running up for president also, so he could do what he was going to need to do. And he goes, I was praying, and all of a sudden, God sent me President Trump and everything. And he goes, and now you see how it all works out. Exactly, and that's what they're working on. Everybody's got to remember, this is just not only last 4 years, 8 years, and all that, but this has been going on for years and years and years. And if y'all remember Ronald Reagan, he tried to clean it up too. So it's kind of ironic. Now, if y'all have Instagram, or even if you just go to the Ronald Reagan museum, look it up and everything, they have clips of everything that he said he wanted to get done. Oh, it's so cool. That was back in the 1980s. And look who's doing it now. I love it. I love it. I hope it continues to prove. I know for the fact that active duty got there exactly. Ooh-wah. Go Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space, all of it. Thank you so much. I am so glad that, we have a president who puts our troops first, because they haven't for a long time, and that's about stinking time. Because I've seen that on the other end. Okay, Rebecca's been working on this loom. And that's the hat she just finished. I thought that was pretty cool. That's that crank loom that a lot of people have. It goes a whole lot faster. All right, so what I'm doing tomorrow, and this is, I'm going to be making videos tomorrow for the cooking channel. I know, that's a pretty color too. This camera on this computer. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's like a maroon and orange color put together. I think that's pretty cool. She's sitting there just a cranking and cranking. So I was like, that's so cool. She's sitting there talking, she cranking. You hear this click, 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 click. It's the loom. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I was looking in here because they have the like Bisquick. Y'all remember the 3-ring binder Bisquick book? And it was like this big. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Here's the books. All right, so 1930s, 1940s, and 1950s. There's 1960s, 70s, 80s, 1990s, and 2000. So I know that's not all the books that they're showing here, but turn this brightness down. So those are the those books when they start coming out. And then these and everything. So I think this last one is the one I have. And I'm like, huh. But I remember my mom had the 3-ring binder one. So it's like, so this was back in the 1930s. Man, we always thought it came like in the 70s. But I found one. All right, so see if I find the picture of it. Now, they have gluten-free. So they had this picture here. And I'm like, oh, that looks good. It's called sriracha veggie cheese balls. But the sauce is sriracha, not the cheese balls. So I said, I don't have peppers. I have frozen broccoli, but I don't want to use that. So I was like, I wonder if they have spinach. Because I got spinach. Well, they have the recipe. No picture. But that's okay because I'll be making the cheese balls tomorrow, the spinach cheese balls, and then making the sausage ones also with turkey sausage. Let's see here. I got those. That's not what I was looking. Impossible Easy Bacon Cheeseburger Balls. That's what those are. But I like the original sausage balls that, see, last year I did that with the regular sausage, and that's when my eyes started up again and everything. I'm just like, no. So every once in a while I still have itching, but I was like, well, I went to the store, and I went to the store and looked. The turkey sausage and the regular sausage is about the same price. So I'm just like, a few cents difference here and there. I'm like, okay, that's not such a big deal. Let's see here. I thought they probably have the recipe. And then somebody made donuts the other day, and I was looking at these. I was like, oh, those look so good. I gotta make some donuts. Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. It's worth the trip. Y'all remember that commercial? Let's see, I did the crescent rolls. I've done the kind of the cranberry bread. I just did my own cranberry bread. I am trying to find, they have actually in here. All right. So here, this is what we do. This says chicken pot pie. But this is how we would make our chicken and dumplings, because my son doesn't like the dumplings, and I don't remember how to make the dumpling like thing. So I was just like, we did it that way. But the biscuits on the bottom will always be soggy, so chicken sausage is pretty good. Yeah. And so we just bake the rolls, muffins, and then you just eat it with the chicken. I was like, oh my goodness. All right. The Impossible Ham Swiss Pie. And that's just ham and Swiss cheese. And they have that differently. Alrighty. Now this, they must have redone the Impossible Cheeseburger Pie, because that is not how it used to look. You would just mix everything together and put it in a pie dish, and then bake it in the oven 350 for 30 minutes or so. and everything was all melted together unless you want to put cheese on top. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was the best. So let's see here. Does it have the sausage balls in here? Sausage, breakfast pie, cheesy chorizo, sausage overnight chorizo, spicy. No, it does not. So I will just have to look it up. I'm quite sure it's probably almost the same way as making the and go to my market because they have apple cheese balls, spinach cheese balls. Then they have these kind of muffins, cheesy broccoli puffs with sriracha mayonnaise. But they don't have oh. See, I would think because that was one of their signature things. Mini corn cakes, mini pancake avocado stacks, tomato artichoke appetizers, gluten-free mushroom pecan appetizers. Oh, they don't have the. See, I would think they would have put the original in here for their sausage balls. I think I have the original Impossible hamburger pie off the box and recipes. That's what I used to do. We used to I did on the big Bisquick box. I cut the back off of it because it had the pancakes and the waffles, some other stuff on it. I have the blueberry muffin recipe off the box. Last time I looked, they didn't have it in the box. Yeah, sometimes they'll do, sometimes they don't. My favorite apple pie is the Binder Impossible French apple. Oh, goodness. Now, we have a Marie Callender apple pie that's dairy-free. So, we're having that for Christmas. Plus the pumpkin pie. And I've got some pecans, but I didn't put Karo syrup on the grocery list because I forgot. So, I'll just make it next year. Oh, after Christmas or whatever. Because what I'm going to do with the pecan pie is make it in the little mini bunt pans that I have. So it'd be like a kind of like a. I'd come up with my own thing. Pecan pie cake or something or another. We'll figure it out. Oh yeah. I don't know if that's in here. It said apple something. Alright. Let me go to. And then I want to show you the cookies I'm going to make. Because we were talking about what we're going to do for Santa Claus. And they were like, I said, I got the chocolate chips. And no, that's for you because, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Everybody can still use it. All right, apple. Apple cheese balls, apple cinnamon streusel muffins, apple oven pancakes, apple salted caramel mini pies, apple sausage cheddar breakfast bake, and apple slaw. All right, so in 264, 265. That's what I say. Impossible, easy, salted caramel apple mini pies. So that's what they have. The mini, it's like that. And then sausage cheddar breakfast bake, $1.90. That sounds good. I don't have no apples. So this is this apple sausage cheddar breakfast bake. And that's what that one looks like. So, and that book has been looked at and looked at and looked at. And then I'll just look at my notes. And this was my plan. Well, maybe. It's another bug. Whoops. I may go get that. Alrighty. So now I want to make a gingerbread bread because I have a gingerbread man bread pan, or yeah. So cake pan, bread pan, you can do it that. Chocolate chip cookies, banana nut mini muffins. I found my little mini cupcake pan because I don't want to do that. Because those you can bake and then put them in the freezer and then for a quick breakfast or whatever, or snack, just pull them out, let it thaw, and go with it. The spinach balls, the sausage balls, and I want to do a peanut butter fudge. So, in between all the cooking and making the videos and everything, I've got to look up a peanut butter fudge because I've seen, someone that had peanut butter and powdered sugar. And it's like, that's not how you make peanut butter fudge. I was like, come on. I don't know a peanut butter fudge. Oh, that's what that was. There's this one, the scarves I made. So, we made chocolate fudge with the marshmallow cream stuff and everything. And if I recall correctly, we did the peanut butter the same way. That's just really bright. So I was just like, I've been trying to find an original peanut butter fudge recipe. And then they use condensed milk. Well, we can't use condensed milk. So I got a recipe to make condensed milk. And I'm like, Pillsbury has a simple recipe that could probably be adapted to your diet. It's really easy and can be made with any flavor. Ooh, that's good to know. Oh, that's good to know. Awesome. All right, so in here, I haven't moved it because it talks about homemade sweetened condensed milk recipe. Now I know Bigger Bold Baking Gemma, she has a recipe to make sweetened condensed milk. So this says 1 whole cup of milk, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So my understanding is that I could use almond milk or soy milk to do that. So I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm going to try it again just to see. I want to make date bites. Date sliced in half, remove seed and peanut butter and drizzle with chocolate. Oh, that is so good. That's like stuff we used to have growing up, like Christmas time and everything. And I was like, wait a minute, we remember having this, and what happened to it? Where did it go? People just stopped making it. And let's see. Bigger, bold. Yeah, bigger, bolder baking. Um, with Gemma Stafford. She's, I want to say Irish, Scottish, Irish, something like that. And she's been a baker for years and years and everything. And oh, she has so much good stuff. But I think some of the recipes, like she has, ah, so there's that pecan pie and everything. She I think in some of them she does show where you could, like if we're dairy free or vegan or something other like that. Because it says, all right, so the caramel pecan pie, no corn syrup caramel pecan pie recipe. Wow. Now I think I might look at that just to see if I can make that. So then I'll have to make the pie shell, which is pretty simple. And then then she was in her room and they hit the door and they jumped. He did that song. I can see my son come down and everything and see him go in the kitchen. All of a sudden he'll go, blah, and I jumped 10 feet out of the chair. I don't know he's standing there. So it's just fun. He's always done that. And she has the secret to the best chocolate cinnamon rolls. So let's see here. Let me put that in there. So we still have 30 minutes before we go check on our dough to see if it has risen. All right, so I just put her link in there about that pie. So like, So then once I put the dough in the fridge, then I'll make the filling and everything that we put into the cinnamon roll. Because once that 30 minutes is up, then we'll roll it out and everything. And normally I can get 3, 6, 9, 12. And the last time I did, I didn't only get that many because I didn't roll out the dough that much. So I'm going to try to roll it out more tonight and everything. In the kitchen with Tracy, and Tim has a pecan cream cheese pie I want to try. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I must, like I said, there's next year, or maybe after Christmas, doing the marathon lives and trying to get some sleep. Like I said, here's a funny thing. I could say, oh, I'm going to bed. I could sit here, I'll be reading something or devotion, doing prayers, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth and everything, lay down, get up, gotta go to the bathroom. Lay down, I sleep for 30 minutes, get up and go to the bathroom. I say, I might as well just stay up and do that. Because by that time, I'm 2 or 3 o'clock, and I'm going to bed. And I'm just like, I might as well just sit up and do some lives because I'm already up. I'm awake. I got plenty I can do to, talk to people, crochet. We can cook. We can play games and stuff. After Christmas, probably like a Sunday or Monday. So Friday, I could do it Friday night. Maybe Friday or Saturday. No, Saturday. Well, Saturday's Bible study. Probably either Friday or Sunday. I'll pull up my book that I have on Amazon. Actually, I think see the thing with this computer, it only likes to do one thing at a time. Because, well, normally, especially if it was on StreamYard, I couldn't pull up another tab. It just wouldn't let me do it. So maybe just going through YouTube itself would be different. Because I know I have it on an SD card. I saved it. But I can't remember if I have it saved still on the computer. So it's coming up. All right, let me see here. Alrighty. Nice. Nice. I still have that. I thought I lost it. All right. All right. What I have, I changed the name, but I'll have to go back and actually, Karma has the link because she did an interview, and I got her the link. It was in my post. I have put some in my descriptions, but I have to go back and find it. So let's see here. How long we got? Oh yeah, we got a little bit. Now, I want to say I know that the name I have right now on it is not the same name for up to a year in your fridge. So if anyone likes fruitcake, even if you don't get to treat yourself to a fruitcake made by the Trappist monks in Avon, Missouri, it is worth the cost. It only takes a little piece and I'll keep it. Oh, cool. My grandmother used to make the fruitcake, and it was always good. Let me see here. I'm gonna turn this heating pad back on. I'm looking up because I'm not gonna say the name because I think the name I have. Oh, let's see here. Alrighty. Let's see here. That's Rebecca. That's the Ann Lynn show. Yes. Da, 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 da. Yes. I'm trying to see. Weekly Monday. Tuesday. Da, 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 da. Over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through. Iron drifted so over the river and through the woods. How the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose. As over the ground we go. Oh, that's why I can't find it because we did it as a premiere. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da. Woo! All right. Let's see here. All right. So the title of the book is called States of the Hearts, The Journey of Hearts. So that's what it's called. Let me see here. Copy. Come back to YouTube. Come back to the line. Oh, they got this sort of. They have their lightsabers out. That's the book. Alrighty. Alright. So, hey, how you doing? Is that okay? Hi. The horse leads away to carry the sleigh over the drift line and drifted snow over the river and through the woods. Could Mars check out that channel? Thank you very much. La 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 la. All right, so I'll read the dedication. This is dedicated to my family who I love dearly and are grateful that we are still alive today. First and foremost to my son. Now I changed the names, okay? Mark, you have endured so many hardships and trials that should have lasted. You have endured so many hardships and trials that should have lasted more than a lifetime, maybe 3 or 4. I'm very proud of you, and you have matured and grown into a wonderful man, husband, father. Second, to my wonderful daughter-in-law, Julie, who is the love of my son. I'm so elated that your father brought you along with him to be with me. I'm going to edit while I'm sitting here. So this is something I can have to go do too, is edit and everything. See, whether or not you become my daughter-in-law, you would always be my daughter, one that I have longed for. Though your dad and I did not have children together, I always consider you as one of my children. Third, to my wonderful, graceful granddaughter who has brought some of the most joyous times in our lives so far. I know there is more to come, and I'm so grateful that you are here, and that you are blessed. God has a special purpose for you, and I'm so glad that I'm along for the journey. Last but not least, to the most wonderful man I've ever known. Since the first day in church that you tapped on my shoulders and said hello. So, just to put a reference, the person I'm talking about, we're no longer together, but this was written, I wrote this 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I wrote it 10 years ago. All right. Yeah, and autocorrect. Now, I don't mind you saying hello, but the emojis have got to calm down. So, Rebecca, can you check that out? Or someone else? Karma, Misha? Oh, never mind. I know who it is. The channel name changed. Because I didn't recognize the channel. And then I couldn't see her face. So, I know who that is. That is Mibong Ning TV. So, I know who it is. Yeah, but just don't flood with emojis because YouTube will spam you out. Think you're a spammer, so they will time you out. Yeah, I know who it was. I didn't recognize the channel name because now some people, they've changed their handle and everything, so I didn't recognize the handle and everything. So I was like, yeah, we had someone in here the other night being rude and everything. So, it's like, just got to keep an eye on that and everything. So, all right. I'll say here, your smile and blue eyes have captured my heart. as I said on the phone the day we talked, there's only one man that has my heart, and that man is you. It's Jack Baz. So that's a fake name, just to let you know. I love you always. Be dedicated to you, love all you always forever. Then it says love Mon. So so the granddaughter's name is Casey's, just but you're kind of like the people who know me will know who I'm talking about. Um so I'll read like a couple of pages just so y'all can see, and this is a good way for me to see what needs to be corrected. Because my daughter-in-law edited it and everything, and we did the best we could at the time. So it goes, stop, stop, stop. It's what Nancy heard on the day that changed the lives forever of Jack, Casey, Julie, and Annabelle. The reaction time seemed to go in slow motion, but it was only seconds. I thought slamming on the brakes would stop us in time before impacting the car that just cut me off, trying to go through the intersection before we did. That was not going to work. Trying to stop going at 45 miles per hour, there's no way anyone can stop on a dime. And right into the side of her car we went. The impact was so much force that the car that we hit spun around 3 times before she stopped, with her back end to the front of one of the cars that was stopped at the intersection. The man in the car was west. No, the man in the car was east in the turn lane, going to make a left turn onto Main Street. I was wondering what he thought of how his day was going to be. Here I was thinking to myself that someone had rear-ended us and pushed us into the car that cut us off, but that was not the case. All of this is going on. All I could think of was to grip the steering wheel as hard as I could, and to keep us from barreling into one of three things: the billboard sign for Texaco gas station, and the electrical box, or the pole for the street lights. When we finally stopped, we were facing the traffic that was facing east out of the shopping center. I sat there numb, and then I heard Jack tell me to turn off the Durango. It was done. Antifreeze and oil all over the road. The radio, the front end, and even all the work we had just done on both front bearings had been demolished in seconds. I'm okay. I'm just worried about my baby, said Julie. Then don't move, no matter what. Just sit here and do not move, I said. John had slid right out of his seatbelt and struck the dash. So I changed his name like a couple of times. So his name should be Jack. So Jack said Jack had slid right out of his seatbelt and struck the dashboard with every bit of force there was. I asked him, was he okay? And he said, my knee is killing me, but I think I'm okay. He started to try to open his door, and he could not. He started to push as hard as he could, and I begged him not to move. While he was trying to open the door, the girl that caused the accident came over to Jack's window and asked if she could use his phone. He said, I don't have a cell phone. We could not believe that the girl just caused us to have an accident, wanted to use our phone. Wondering what she was doing with her phone. While she was not calling her mom, she was taking pictures with her phone. One of the witnesses ran over to our car to make sure that we were okay. As she stood at Jack's door, she said, I saw the whole thing. She pulled out right in front of you and you did everything you could to stop. I just cannot believe that she did what she did, Jack replied. I know. She looked right at me eye to eye, and then she pulled out in front of us. Then she got out and came over and asked to use the phone. I just can't believe she did what she did either. The witness stepped away to make sure everyone else was okay, and Jack finally got his door open and got out to look at everything. Julie and I stayed in Durango and waited for the paramedics and ambulances, but nothing that day ever prepared us for what laid ahead. So that's just a little snippet of my book. So now I need to go back and change that one part of his name and everything. So that's the accent that we had that day. And then I start, and I kind of like, then I go back and reminisce about different things, about how we all met and everything. And um, it started from high school and all. So I'll probably read a little bit more after the holidays and everything. Um, just here and there, just to give everybody, something to do too, on the live. But I also wrote that because at the time, we had an attorney and this and another. He said document, so I figured I'll write a book about it. That's the best way to document it, and of course change the names and everything. Yeah, that was, let's see, I wrote that 10 years ago. I said the accident was in October of 2013. I wrote that in 2015, and only one person bought it. So I am a published author. So then I'm working on another book. Um, so, yeah. And then I've got the cookbook I'm, working on and everything. I've got these recipes I've done, and I've got other recipes that I have, and I'm finding here and there how to put it in books and notebooks, and put it in folders somewhere and everything. So it's like, okay, it's time to sit down and get it all together. And uh, how many things do I want for size, and how many things I want for breads? How many for like, it's like appetizers, breads, sides, main dishes, and desserts and everything. Now, if you go through Amazon, it's yeah, Amazon is the way they have it. Well, when I did it, they have you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of Amazon and look for it. It says a publish. You can publish your book on there and everything. So it's like an ebook people can buy. Then unless you want a hard copy, then that's different. I don't think. All right. All right. Let's see if I can get back to it. Yeah, $13 for paperback and $10 on Kindle. So that's the average price that when at the time I was looking and everything. So that's like, yeah. And that square that comes up about the square link, that's just like PayPal. If so, that's the option too. If about if you about because sometimes people send money and whatever. So I have both set up. And everything. So yeah, that's what I wrote. And then so since I was like, well, I'll just start from the beginning of how we met. And it goes into how I met the person I'm not no longer with anyway. But then what happened with all that, and then being married, and the domestic violence, and then getting divorced and everything. And so I don't know, I forgot how many pages it is. But I go in there, and I tell my life story. That's all it is. Just in book form. Now I'll have I don't forget the name of the church out. There's a church on here. That's a black pastor and everything. And one of his shorts was they're talking about he's talking about the Bible, because people talking about the Bible, or what Jesus did. He goes, it's in the Bible. He gives a verse that says that everything that Jesus did is not in the Bible. He goes, that there would not be enough books in the world to contain everything that Jesus did. So he goes, well, that's just like when you write a story about your life. He goes, you know, you wouldn't live a long enough lifetime to sit there and read all the books you write about your life. I got to laughing, because it was true. And I was like, well, no, are you going? Would you read your own biography? I don't know. And then we have to edit, but that'd be the only time. He was so funny. Yeah, I'm saying Anastasia's going with them grocery shopping tomorrow, so she hasn't been out with them grocery shopping in a while. One is school time for one thing and everything, so it'd be good for them to get out of the house and have fun. That way, I can film without stopping, pausing, and stop, and then restart again. Except for like when it's baking time and everything, because all right, so you make this. I say, all right, we'll go with a cake. You show the process of the cake and everything, and then when you go to bake it, you stick it in the oven. You're going to talk. To me, I could talk for 30 minutes, but that would make a long video. So I just, hey, Robin. So I say, see you in 30 minutes. And then I'll make another video. Then I got to put all the videos together and everything. So that's like, oh, now I know how to used to make all these TV shows. Like, oh. But if you watch Murder, She Wrote, if I haven't been to the store yet, then you could as get to the care. I want to try Gemma's recipe without Karo syrup and see what happens. I went to bed and got up already again. No, I mean, it was just a long nap. That's what I do. I go to bed, and an hour I'm up. I'm like, really? I just went to bed. I was like, well, I guess that was an hour nap. I want to try to see what that, actually, while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Let's look at that recipe. We got time. Oh, we got 4 minutes. All right. That's okay. Let's still look at it real quick. Bigger, bolder baking with Gemma Stafford. I'll see if she puts the recipe in the description. Usually she does, or she has a link where you can find it. All right. So, caramel pecan pie recipe and ingredients for the sour cream pie crust. Now she makes her own pie crust, so she has that. But for the caramel pecan filling, a half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter diced, a fourth a cup of heavy cream warm, a half a cup of dark brown sugar, 3 large eggs at room temperature, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of pecans roughly chopped. Now that sounds delicious. So now we got to figure out the heavy cream. How to make I'm not, I just saw something and I'm just like, no, don't even say it out loud because, All right, to make simple heavy cream substitute at home, you can combine whole milk and melted butter. This mixture works well for adding richness to soups, sauces, and baked goods, but may not whip up in the stiff peaks required for traditional whipped cream. So 2/3 cups of whole milk, the higher the fat content, the better, and a third cup of unsalted butter, approximately 5 tablespoons or half a stick. Melt the butter in a saucepan or microwave-safe bowl. Melt the butter over a low-medium heat. Do not let brown or boil. Combine ingredients. Once the butter is melted, combine with the milk in a mixing bowl or blender. Whisk or blend the mixture until it's well combined and emulsified. Blah, blah, blah. The mixture can be used immediately in warm recipes. If using in a cold recipe, or if you plan to attempt whipping it, let it cool to room temperature. And then that was Google AI. I'm gonna tell you my suggestion. When you get up, if you doing like that and you get up and everything, and it's like if you haven't taken magnesium before you went to bed the first time, take some magnesium. The bottle that I had that's empty, it said it was for muscle aches and everything. This was on the bottle, and it said to help with sleep. I was like, yeah, it helps with sleep, and I have some wild dreams. It's like, oh my goodness gracious. All right, we're going to take this in the thing, and I'll put it in my pocket. Ooh. Over the river, through the woods, to criminals we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. Over the river, through the woods, how the wind flow. Sing the tunes and breaks the names, and over the ground we go. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10 and glistening once again. Candy canes over lanes aglow. I gotta make room in the fridge. For the bowl. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing will make them ring. And yes, it did. It rose really nicely. The thing that will make them ring. It's a carol that you sing right within your heart. Pair of hot little boots and pistol shoes. There's a wish of Bobby and Ben. Dolls that talk and go for walks. The hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. I know, Misha, I agree. All right, so I did that. We're going to stick this in for 30 minutes. Whee! I hear Mama Joy. Close the bathroom door. Enjoy, that's a joke. She's smiling on my little shoulder, like, do this and do that. Do you have to do, this looks good and that looks good. It's all, I love it. Yeah, sometimes you need help like that. All right, I'm gonna move these bananas. I think they're ripe enough to use. Oh yeah, the banana. Use that little muffin can. All right. So now we're gonna make. I do have that other sugar. I'm not getting to it. Right. I'm gonna just use regular sugar. All right. So we need. That says a half a cup of sugar, half a cup of butter melted. That's something else. All right. Let's take that spoon out. I'm going to do a cup of sugar. Because I thought I went back and I wrote all that down. Get the cinnamon out before I hit my head on the door. Now I do have the Ceylon cinnamon. This one's easier to get to. Yeah, this one's easier to get to. Alright. Because I had to go back to my own videos and write down half a cup of butter, 2 tablespoons. That's a different filling. That's not. So I was writing these down, and people was like, so I was like, that's not the one I had. Then I was looking for we're going with what I'm doing right now. We're just going to wing it. So, all right. Timer. I'll put 25 minutes because I'll probably talk 5 minutes. All right, there we go. I am making the icing. Well, it's not the icing, it's the filling that I need. Oh, all right. So the icing is just powdered sugar and milk and flavoring. If you want, like vanilla, or you can put peppermint, or if you got coconut. There's butter rum. Now we have these Torani. This one's a bourbon caramel. But this one over here is the bourbon caramel. Oh God. But if you got those, you could do hazelnut. You could do, oh my goodness, strawberry. We've done that. You can make a chocolate icing and put chocolate icing on top instead. I know what I want. This one. That's over there. So we don't know where the tablespoon went to this set. So we have the half tablespoon, the fourth of teaspoon, and the teaspoon, and the eighth of teaspoons in the drawer. So trying to get everything together. So let's see here. I was still going. So I am going to do this. So that would be about 1/4 of a cup of butter. I said I'm just winging it. I gotta smooth it out. My son goes, "Do you have to dig in the butter?" I said, "I'm not the one that digs in the butter. I really don't. I really don't dig in the butter." And I don't know, at my age or what it is, I've always like somebody takes butter, I go behind them and smooth it out. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna do that like that. So I'm gonna put this back in. Put the eggs back in. All right, and now we need the cinnamon. So with a 1/2 tablespoon, we need more than 1, 2 makes 1 tablespoon, 3, 4 makes 2 tablespoons. It was always just 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Two tablespoons of cinnamon. So there we go. Put that over there. Alrighty. And then you just sit there and just mix it together. If I need to add more butter, we will add more butter. And just keep on mashing to get it all together. Now this is a thing to get kids or grandkids. Get them to do this part. They love it. Switch hands. I need a little bit more butter. Sometimes it's a 1/4 cup. You might need a 1/2 cup of butter. I'll get that out. I'm going to start about a tablespoon. And we'll see. That should be enough. Because the butter helps it spread, and when you roll out the dough, and at this point in time is when you want to just take your fingers, like your knuckles, just put in there, Oh yeah, that's better. It starts coming off the sides. I'm just trying to get all that mixed together. Yeah, the wonders of television. Now it's YouTube. Now we have all the tools that they used to have to know how to edit, put things together. Pause, start. Makes me think. God, take 101, action. Yeah. Watching the old TV shows. Like, all right, so we got 16 minutes. So this is going to stay there just like that. And then we can go sit down. Yeah, Murder She Wrote. That was one of the things on the TV on her shows that they're like making a film a mini thing or something for her town of Cabot Cove about the history and everything, and they actually have on there. She's asking the guy about put how you slice it together and put the sound in the people talking and the moving parts and all together and everything. That was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, so that's how that's done. That's good. They're like, you weren't supposed to know how to do all that unless you were in TV or something or other. I'm like, huh? That don't make sense. I had that back then, and now, I had the clicker thing. It's over there. Let me go get it. And I should still keep using it. I just forget. Then you have put stuff away and everything, and it's like, Anastasia was supposed to use it for a school project, and she forgot. Because I got an email from YouTube said I was in the top 80%, 80% or more, or something like that, that actually used their clicker. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, see YouTube, clapper. So this is what you do. Treasured home. So then you put the video, which would be, let's see, we'll do marathon. WH story and cinnamon rolls. Take, we'll just put 21. Date 10. Yeah. 21, 21, 25. And that's what you do. Treasure home. Video marathon. Watch hours and stories and cinnamon rolls. Take 21, 12, 21, 25. And action. All right, Julie. Y'all have a good night. So I'll jump off. Oh, awesome. So the share of the cinnamon look yummy. I'll let you know how they taste. Oh, good. Let us know how y'all's turned out. So, and then there you go. So I'll wipe that off a little bit. But yeah, I head over there and I just keep forgetting. I'm like, I need to start using it again. That's what they gave it to me for. So I'll leave that out so I have accessible so that when I make videos tomorrow, I can just use the clapper. Oh, because I've got some stuff coming for our treasure home too. The TV YouTube channel Vet 19 that we watch and everything. This one came in actually one of the boxes, that the mystery box, and this is the gummy jalapeno. It says medium heat pepper. So I told so when we got it that I would do a video taste testing their products. So yeah, this is sour apple. So we're going to do that. Now this one they do have on their channel, but I think they got this at World Market. This is the Guppies. This says vanilla. So Guppers vanilla. So it's like a gummy type thing. If, I'll take one for the team. All this gummy stuff, because we know what that's made out of. Oh yeah, gummy jalapeno pepper. So it's a sour apple flavor. This is online. Let's see, one of the crazy, one of a kind gummy candies. It says contains soy. Yeah, corn syrup from corn, sugar from beets. Of course, water, gelatin, citric acid, and all that other stuff. So it's not like I eat it every day or whatever, especially the hot ones. But I still don't eat gummies. They have tried it. I told them if they got another one, that jalapeno ain't nothing to him. So I said the next time we got one, that I would do a video for it and everything. So they brought it down to me today. But no, we were talking about that earlier. And I told him, I said, I wish that the doctors had listened to me and had done allergy tests on him, but they wouldn't listen and everything. I said, but my brother-in-law, his uncle, had challenged him to do a hot sauce type thing. But we were at Little Caesars, and we always thought it was the tomato sauce, but he put hot sauce on his pizza one time, and he told me, Mom, Mom, adding hot sauce helped my stomach. I'm like, do what? So we started buying Texas Pete hot sauce. So he would put that on his bed. It would help him out. But we were standing in my parents' kitchen, and they have the little mini bottles, and he challenged them. He goes, if you drink this whole thing, we'll take you to Water Country, USA, which is down by King's Dominion and Williamsburg, Virginia, and everything. He goes, okay, don't the whole thing. They didn't think he would do it. What they didn't know is that he'd already been eating hot sauce. So that wasn't nothing to him. And I got to laughing because the look on their faces was like, I was like, I guess she don't challenge him no more. And they wouldn't challenge him for anything because he was going to do it. My son's does the hot pepper challenge, but not me. I know. They did that. I think they did the chip that came out a few years ago. He said, they ain't hot. They ain't nothing. We lived in Missouri, a friend of ours, they went down to Branson, and this is when Ghost Pepper first came out, and they were going through the different shops, and they went to the shop with the pepper stuff and everything, and they challenged my son to taste the ghost pepper. He was okay. So I wasn't with them, and I was thinking to myself, y'all just don't know him. Because I thought it was going to be hot because they seen him eating Texas Pete and other hot stuff and everything. So the guy double gloved up. And he looked at the guy, he goes, man, you don't understand. That stuff is they'll burn your skin or something. He goes, he double gloved up, put some on the end of a toothpick and gave it to my son. And my son just looked at it and he goes, oh, this tastes like ketchup. so, so now he's always like, he's got to have it, the heat. I mean, he has to have the heat because some things he's gotten so used to now of how it tastes and everything. That's like Texas Pete. It just does nothing for him. So now they try to find things that are hotter or spicier or whatever. And it's like, Anastasia and I will be like, she goes, why so spicy? We get to laughing. No. He goes, it tastes just like ketchup. I got the laughing when they told me the story, and I was like, I guess they got you. Y'all won't challenge him about eating stuff again. Oh, I was like, oh my goodness. So they found some, I'll show y'all the bottle here in a little bit. Other hot stuff and everything. And I just looked, I'm like, no way, Jose. Not only is the hot stuff that, I don't like, not like a mild salsa or something like that, but, it's got red pepper, it's got paprika in it and all that, and all those peppers and everything. And I'm just like, no, that's okay. I'm trying to sit there and stay away from peppers. And we haven't bought regular peppers in such a long time. Because I don't eat them. And Anastasia eats them once in a while. And then, forget they're in there and everything. So, but like I last year in the garden had those banana peppers and it did fine. So I think it's, they have Oscar Cheese Factory up to Branson with pepper cheese samples. My son and friends would challenge each other. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. And I love pepper jack cheese, but it's just like, and some like with the vegan cheeses and everything, dairy free, like the cheddar, which I have to look at that other diet. They use paprika and turmeric with for the coloring and everything. So sometimes I can have the cheese, and sometimes I have something else that's like, oh my goodness, I wish they would just make up their mind and just use the one batch or one supplier or something another like that. But I understand how that goes. One supplier might be out one week and they would have to go to somebody else and get what they need, because we do that too. If you're making things like yarn, or you make your own candles, or lotions and stuff like that, you use one brand of shea butter and one brand of essential oils, but today went out, you gotta get something else. Oh, they had ghost pepper and everything. I know. And it's like, oh my goodness. It's like, yeah, not me. Jalapeno, maybe habanero or so. Oh, but they do have the gummy worms. that they got. And I think and each color gets hotter. So they didn't get it got any worse this time, but they had like a few months ago. Excuse me, a few months ago. So I think maybe right before school started, and so every day everybody had a little piece of it, and so it was my turn because I got upstairs, and of course I had the jalapeno first. I was like, okay, this isn't hot. So then I went jalapeno, habanero, ghost, and the next something like that. I know it's like habanero, the sriracha, ghost, or something other like that. And I was like, it was like nothing. They go, oh, you got the very end. It didn't have anything in it. I'm like, I did feel heat with one of them at the back of my mouth, but it was mostly on the sides, on my tongue and everything, because with the way my teeth are, there's a space right here. So anything I chew gets between those two teeth. So I'm trying to gum it and to chew it with my front teeth. And okay, Misha, you have a good night. Thank you for being here. So, it's like that was the only thing that was hot was on my tongue. It's like other than that, it's like not like it's hot or anything. It was just like nothing. So they said, maybe that's the first day we'll buy it again, and you just have to. We'll get you to get a bigger slice. I'm like, okay, that don't bother me. Alrighty, it has been counting down to 43, 42, 41. So we're going to go get it out of the fridge. All right. I'm going to I'll let the kings over there. All right, we're going to do this. All righty. So here comes the fun part. Making room on the counter. All right. Put this away. Put these away. I know. I hear you fine. Thank you. Dismiss. I'll just leave you in my pocket. I'm going to set this over here. All this is just all right. I had this in the oven so it would stay be warm because glass is either cold or it's, well, it's warm. And let's do this first. So this helps a little bit so it doesn't stick too much. And the pan. Alrighty, now I need a rolling pin. The first one I can get to. Alright, grab this one first. Let's get this out. Alright, see, and it rose again in the so maybe I should flour this just a little bit. As long as it don't fall down. All right. That came out nice and good. Take my ring off. putting it in my other pocket because my phone's in that pocket. All right. So we're going to roll this out. Maybe. Borrow the rolling pin. And I gotta get some more flour. Whee! There we go. That's better. So you can see what I'm doing. And I'm pressing down as I roll it out. And I'll try to get as square as I possibly can. There's the bubbles popping. Alrighty. I need a little bit more flour. Alrighty. I think that's thin enough. A little bit more on this end. There we go. All right. I'm gonna get my scraper. As long as that doesn't fall. I might need that though. Now we're gonna put the filling in. I let that set out. The butter kind of like, it didn't like melt. I'm just going to make this easier to spread. Alright. And then you just spread all over. That's a marshmallow world in the winter. Da, 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 da. It's a looking day. Da, 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 da. Wait for the whole year round. It's a yummy world made for sweethearts. Take a walk with your favorite girl. Well, the spring is late. It's a sugar date. Winter in the marshmallow world. So we'll see how it goes. That's how it goes. Whenever it snows. This is for a song to get out and roll along. Yummy world made for sweethearts. Take a walk with your favorite girl. When the spring is late, it's a sugar date. Winter in a marshmallow world. You want to try to get to the edges as much as you possibly can. Every time I do that, kind of like this spills out. I'm trying to leave enough room. I'm just sure every spot has something. Alright, then you take it, you roll it up. And that's where this comes in handy. Now sometimes I can get it tight and sometimes I can't. Just depends. Alright, so there we go. And then you can take it like this to where you get to the edges. You just pinch it all together. And you push the ends in. But you want to pinch just like so. Alright. Let's see how many this makes. And I can tell it's my dough is, I probably need a little bit more flour in that since I used 1.5 cups of water instead. That's alright. Then we're going to stick this in the oven, let this rise about 30 minutes. That's it. This takes a long, good process to make these. Come on. Scoot down a little bit more. Alright. I actually made 12 this time. How about that? Alright. We'll put this back in here for about 30 minutes so they can rise. And we can clean this up. And you get to wash dishes. And don't forget to lick the spoon. Alrighty. Put this back here. Like that. So that's out of the way. Take the dry dishes out here. Or the clean dishes. Look like that is. Alright. I'm gonna wash the dishes. Holly Joe, what's this the best time of the year? I don't know, there be close. Have a cup of tea. Have a holly jolly Christmas. When you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know. Everyone, ho, ho, the mistletoe. I'm ready to see somebody for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a long, jolly Christmas. In case you didn't hear. Oh, my God, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Ho, ho, the mistletoe. I'm ready to see somebody for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas. In case you didn't hear. Oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Oh, ho, the mistletoe, where you can see somebody waits for you. Kiss her once for me. Holly jolly, jolly, oh. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. Glistening once again. Team Cotton, roll and cut. Yes, right. Candy canes and sun remains aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start. And the thing that'll make them ring, it's the holly that you bring. Pair of hopper boots and a pistol suit is the wish I buy me then. Dolls that talk and go for a walk is the hope by Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start. And the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. And thank you, Lord, I found the needle. I went to go do that cross stitch thing, and I'm like, oh no, where's that needle at? I'm like, because I didn't put it back in, the original one I was using. So I had to get another one. I'm like, oh Lord, please just let it be right here around my table. I don't want nobody stepping on it. So I'm looking for my, So I was like, I don't want nobody stepping on it. At least if there's anybody steps on it, it's going to be me that steps on it. Because that would hurt. So I found it. So I got the other one already threaded. I am putting this one back in here. Come on. There we go. So now it's nice and safe and sound. And it goes right back into here. And then nobody will step on it. I just happened to turn and look to grab my blanket, and there it was. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. All right, Robin, you have a good night. You try to go back. Well, let's see, I got 30 minutes to wait for that to rise, and then another 30 minutes for it to cook. So I still have another hour at least. So when you wake up, I will be here. So the process of making cinnamon rolls. 10 minutes for the yeast. Okay. Then you put all the ingredients in. Then you have to let it rise for an hour. That's an hour and 10 minutes. So then you put it in the fridge for 30. So that's an hour 40 minutes. So then you roll them out and everything. And usually you let them rise for about an hour. But I'm just going to do 30 minutes tonight. So another 30 to 60 minutes for it to rise. So we're at, we say 2 hours. And then you have, all right, so 2 hours and 40 minutes. And then you cook them for 30 minutes. So that's what, 3 hours and a few minutes or so. So cinnamon rolls take a while to sit there. Hey, spaceman, how you doing? So cinnamon rolls takes a while to make because you got, not only have the yeast rise, and then you're doing your dough, and that's the process of having it rise. And put it in the fridge, and then you roll it out, put the filling in, then you let it rise again, everything, and then you have to bake it. Oh, we're making cinnamon rolls. And I've been singing, I've told stories. I got them in there rising again. I got 20 minutes left. And then we'll go bake them. So while I can do this a little bit while waiting. So here is the blanket that I've started. So we're doing pretty good. My middle school used to make great cinnamon rolls. Oh, I know. It's like, oh my goodness. Those recipes are so good. We still talk about school pizza. That cardboard square pizza that they would have. Everybody still thought it was good. I don't remember. Okay, yeah, that's a double. So, a double here, a single here, and then double. Yeah, when sometimes I would take my lunch, sometimes I would buy it. And one of the best things was those ham and cheese sandwiches. Oh my goodness. One of my classmates, she would get so mad. She goes, "You're copying me." I'm like, "They taste good. I'm not copying anybody." Yeah. She would buy lunch every single day. I'm like, oh, and there's a reason why she was able to buy lunch every single day, whereas we didn't. So if I made my lunch, or when I did make my lunch, even in middle school, I would make a cheese sandwich with mustard. Nothing else on it, just a cheese sandwich with mustard. That's what I like. And even as I got older, cinnamon rolls, I've gotten to the stage where I put the filling in and put them in a glass baking dish, and then I just put them in the oven so they can rise. So I want them to rise a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that for 30 minutes, and then we'll bake them. So we got 30 minutes for that. Well, less than 30 minutes now. So then once they rise, then we have 30 minutes for it to bake. Because I know my original recipe, it was like 325 for 20 minutes or so, something like that. And I'm like, the recipe's in storage. I'm like, oh. That's all right. 2026. It's going to be a great year. I'm going to have that cookbook done. I'm going to have my other book done. It's just but it's going to be a busy time because I'm going to be cranking out cooking videos. My goal is to have something every day because I can make videos and I have 3, 4, and then I try to space them out and I'm like, then they get lost around something or other. I wish you could say that. You gotta be positive. The Lord is going to do great things. Keep saying God's going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think or imagine. And hold Him to it. Remind God of His promises. He said, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and not to harm. So, and had my planner out yesterday. I was writing in it. And I'm like, just scheduling things and doing things. Because, I've got all those affiliates and everything, too many health issues, but God, you got that right. God is great. Well, then you remind God, Jesus came, by Jesus' stripes I'm healed. Isaiah, and then in the New Testament, he goes, I came and then you have it life, to have life and have it more abundantly. We're talking about Jesus took our sicknesses and diseases on the cross so we may have his life. She's got to keep saying it. And don't not go to the doctor because God will bring doctors to you, the ones that you need to figure out what's going on. He did with my heart and my pacemaker. Like I said, every once in a while I'll feel that, well, it's like a 9-volt. All right, take a 9-volt battery, put it on your tongue. Used to do that when we kids. God said He'll supply all our needs according to His riches. He has everything. Sometimes we just got to be patient. So, but that's what that feels like because I have a lead right here up at the top and there's one down here at the bottom. And I'll feel that little jolt as just like because they go, oh, you feel it, and if it jolts you, blah 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 blah. So my first 6 weeks checkup, 6 weeks and 9 weeks, I went and they go, it's been active. Have you felt that? I said, yeah. It's like a 9-volt battery you put on your tongue, like you dared when you were a kid. Hey, put this on the tongue. It tickles. My brother told me that. He ain't tickle. He may tickle, but it's like, he would laugh. But that's what it feels like. They're like, oh. They say, you're a lucky one. I'm like, no, I'm blessed. Because when people say when they feel it, I'm like, I don't think so. So I say, because everybody's different. And laugh. Laugh is medicine for the soul. Merry heart. I'll get the verse in a minute. But laughter is good medicine for the soul. Oh, come on. She was. All right. So when you're talking about yarn and 4-ply of yarn, it's these. All right, so the best way I can show y'all. So this is one strand of yarn, a string. This is like the cross stitch. So when you put 3 or 4 of them together, then make a thicker one. Don't make it, so you can see on your design and everything. Well, yarn is the same way. Yarn is like there's like 4 strings of yarn weaved together. They put it together, but it does sometimes. It gets into where you go to pull the little hook right there, or pull the threads. I would say threads apart, and that's when it's like, come on, do right. Because then it gets all tangled up, and you got to take your hook off and undo the stitch you were doing so that it will look right. And I was showing this the other night. This is the high-low pattern. And Carla was telling me to do a single stitch in between. Like, I'd already started. I'm like, I'm not done doing it. You don't know how to do it, Mom. Keep on going. So, but yeah, I was like, do this blanket. I might send this to my friend so he can give it to his mom. Because the one I had, see, like that caught in between the threads and everything, or the yarn. So now I got to take it back out and then hook it back again so it'd be right. Now I have done projects where if it's just like all 3 and then 1 on there, I just keep going, but then it makes the project look funny. Oh, other things I need to make me some mittens or some gloves. Because, well, last year I didn't have any because, like I said, everything I put in storage. But I really didn't go anywhere last winter. I stayed right in here. It was so cold, and we had snow. The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Doesn't show sign of stopping, or some corn for popping. And likes to turn way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let's see here. All right. Since I'm on cooking, it still says 62. Oh, I haven't heated. I preheat the oven to get things warm. So when I probably bake the cinnamon rolls, the heat will go up. The temperature down here would be nice, and then that way the heat don't turn on to make it hot upstairs. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. And they say heat rises and cold air falls. Well, even in the summertime, it's hot upstairs. And the cold air don't fall down here. Oh, just weird stuff. All right, let's see how many minutes we've got. 6 minutes and 34 seconds. I think time enough to do another row. Yeah, I just want to show you those cookies. Because I made those pecan sandies one time, and I want to redo those. They were so good. This time I'll go by the recipe. I always miss this stuff, even though I've looked at it. And I'm like, what in the world? So, pecan sandies, Toll House cookies, and made those famous and everything. But this is the Taste of Home cookbook that they have it in. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Now it's warm here. I can call it 38 warm. Hey, Some. Peaks. Oh, nothing lurking. You said laughter was good for the soul. Now I have a cat that got on my cool seat pad in the roof and went running the length like a racetrack. 30, 30, 30. Yeah. Cats are active at night and quiet during the day. And it's like, what in the world are they looking at? Sometimes cats are guards of the doggies. Oh, I've told this story before. I had a yellow cat, yellow tabby. And he would get up and try. I got to go outside. I trained him to go outside, bathroom outside. So he would jump on the beds and everything. Well, one night he had to go, and nobody was waking up. He got on the piano because we had left the thing for the piano we put down to cover up the keys, whatever. We had left it up. And he was walking up and down the keys on the piano to get us awake. It's so funny. And so my dad goes, what in the world? And I looked at it, was the cat. I said, well, he guess he needed to go out and nobody would wake up. So one night, they decided they put the thing down and put so he wouldn't walk on the keys. He found another way to make noise to get somebody up. And we told my dad, it's like, you might as well just leave that up on the piano because that'd be the easiest way. I don't know what he was knocking down. He was a smart cat. He was so funny. And I didn't train him to do this, but he was sitting there one day in the chair. We had a green lazy boy chair type thing, but it didn't. Yeah, it was a lazy boy because the feet came up. All right, Carla, you and Mr. Walter have a good night. We'll see you later. He's sitting there wagging his tail up and down. And my dad goes, look at your cat. I'm like, he goes, I bet you he won't listen to you. I said, I bet you he will. So I said, tiger, wag your tail up and down. You went. My dad goes, you're kidding me. I said, tiger, wag your tail back and forth. Da, 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 da. He got the biggest kick out of that. I was like, he just listens. So he was a good cat. Alrighty. We got a minute 35 seconds left. So what I'm going to do, stop that one. We're going to go start the oven. Ooh. Alrighty. Alright. They kind of flopped and didn't rise. I didn't cover them either, but that's alright. Stop. Cancel. Alright. So there you go. I'm going to show y'all what they were. Didn't sit in there long enough to rise, but they did pretty good. Usually they're like this, all up like that. But that's alright. So we're going to get that started. Oh, I'll sit y'all here. Let me go get my cup. Some more coffee. Alrighty. Oh, I was supposed to be 19 tonight. Let's go check that and see what that is. I'm going to go take this back to the table. Alrighty. Yeah. Since that's doing that, I'm going to take this back, and as soon as that beeps, we'll stick it in the oven before someone sits there and tries to say something else. Alrighty. This is a solid white cat. Only thing that scares me is that we have some pretty big owls and hawks. He isn't very big, but he's having so much fun outside. I can't make a house. I'm a house cat. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know. We have a few owls. We used to have a few owls out here and everything, but they started cutting back all the trees and everything. So I don't know where they went. So I don't know if they caught somebody living in the tree line in those bushes over there, and that's why they cut them all down. But like it grows back if they don't keep it trimming, it's just gonna grow back. I mean, they didn't pull up the roots or anything, but so it's like that was such a great idea. I know why he did it, because the man that owns these townhouses has land up at the front on both sides, and he was trying to sell it, but it's like not enough for him to build anything on it. Unless you want to build some more townhouses. So the last time I went for my allergy shot, I happened to look, and they marked, I guess the surveyor did it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I think you're not going to sell your land. I think you're just going to build some more townhouses right there. Because that's what it looked like, marked for like, because he probably could get at least another 2 sections right there. But I don't know how you could do it, because part of it up there in the front, when Anastasia and I used to go walking up there, she would collect rocks. So it's like a little mini creek that runs there. So they would have to fix all that. Because supposedly the Scioto Run Creek runs right through the property. I never looked to see if that was in the flood zone or not. I don't think it is, because even when it rains and we get a hard rain, it doesn't really rise that much. And then if it's, we haven't had any rain, and when it does rain, the ground just soaks it up. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. My bottom of my left foot was itching. I had to take the sock off and take the metal bars for the chair and scratch my foot. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the tree tops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Alright. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. See, we were in a major drought too, but we have gotten a good bit of rain in the past month, so that helped. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we got all that snow, so that helped. And then we're supposed to be getting rain. It says today. So Monday, and then Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. So it's supposed to start rain Wednesday night, all day Thursday into Friday. So, and I don't like the Weather Channel app that comes on our phones and everything, because they don't. So, like the weather bug doesn't show any rain for Monday. It shows rain Thursday and Friday. A 30% chance Thursday and a 50% chance Friday. But it gives an hourly thing. Alright, so Tuesday morning at 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., 30% chance of rain. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, after 11 p.m., 35%. Then it rains throughout the night till so Christmas Eve. Oh, Christmas Eve, 11 o'clock is when it's supposed to rain, but Christmas morning after midnight is when we're supposed to get all the rain. Santa needs an umbrella. And then by Christmas morning, by the time we get up, 8, 9 a.m., it's going to have stopped. Then it's going to be windy. And then it's going to be windy, and then 25% rain Thursday night, Christmas night, into Friday morning. Then it's the heavy rain Friday morning. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's okay. My son's on Friday. Shit, it's a secret. The best radar app no one really knows about is WALB First Alert Weather because it's local to Albany, Georgia, but the radar app works everywhere if you put in a location. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. Now, the weather bug came out in I want to say 83, 84. I will just say between 82 and 84 because I was in school. I would say 7th grade, or I don't know, probably 7th grade, when our local channel 12, which was NBC, because Jim Duncan was the weatherman. It was him and someone else that came up with this. I think it was him and somebody else, but that's when the weather bug came out because he was showing people how to use it and everything. And I was like, that's been a long time. So 40, so 56, so 41, 42, 43, 43 years the weather bug has been around. Very cool. It's so user-friendly and gives you great info on individual storm cells. You can pinpoint your location. That is awesome. They said WLB First Alert. Cool, I have to look into that. That's pretty cool. So, just checking, emails before you go to bed and all that good stuff. Alrighty, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah. So we had the snow. We've had good days for it to melt and everything. And then we're gonna have rain Tuesday early in the morning. So that would be good. And then maybe it won't be raining when we go look at lights. So this year we have new neighbors in the next building, and they decorate that big rooster thing that they have out there. I like weather bug stuff too, but so far no radar app has beat theirs. Yeah, I use underground. Oh yeah, they're good. It uses registered personal weather stations to give close, accurate weather information for your local location. Yeah, I used to watch them do that a lot. Was the Weather Underground and then AccuWeather. I used to follow them a lot. Oh my goodness, 25 years ago, at least. Um, because I have local weather people, so just like, okay, something's not right here. So this is, yeah, 97. No, say 96. 95, 96 is when my mom got her first computer, desktop. And that's when I found AccuWeather because I went searching. But then they got all political, so then I stopped watching them. Just like the Weather Channel. Like, Weather Channel used to be good. You know, it was just weather. Nothing else on there and everything. And then when they start changing, and then we didn't have cable anymore, so it was just like, oh well. But Reed Timmer used to work for the Weather Channel. That's when he kind of like, I got, I get my weather from a station about a mile from my house. That is awesome. Yeah, because the weather bug takes the weather right down from the Bolton Airport down here from us. So, and then, because that's where Reed Timmer started, was at the Weather Channel. And all. So then, I don't know. I don't look at that. I know he left and he's doing this. I mean, he's been doing YouTube for years now. I forgot about Weather Underground. Yeah. Now, as far as frosting or icing for the cinnamon rolls, I can make. They like it when you make it and pour it on when it's hot. But I want actual icing on the cinnamon rolls, and I probably won't make that till tomorrow. I think most of mine comes off the base a couple of miles away. Oh, cool. And I was sitting there thinking about this. I was taking my fingernail polish off the other day, and my middle finger, my fingernail right there, it's not split, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say separated, but not cracked. It's like kind of like peeling, and it has a space there. So I'm like, what in the world? How in the world is that happening? I realized how it's happening when I go through here. This finger's right here. It keeps hitting my fingernail, so I was like, oh, I need to change how I'm doing that. But I just use my middle finger right here to guide where I need to put my hook. So I probably need to put some more fingernail polish on so I protect the fingernail. I'm doing it to myself. And there's so many other people now on YouTube. And say just find one you like and listen to them. But they all go by the same model, so that's why one could be so far out in left field and the other ones aren't. So I don't know. I'd say 7th grade is when the weather bug came out. So let's see here. Kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So 12 years old. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The TV station is under a mile from the house I grew up, and it has different readings than my house, which is a completely different part of the county. For real, some of those YouTuber people are pretty naughty, I know. And boy, they just like talk about each other like I don't know what. I'm like, come on now, let's just do the weather. Don't be drama. I would like to have a white Christmas, but if it's not going to be a white Christmas, it's not going to be a white Christmas. It's not the first time I've seen it rain on Christmas Day or be hot on Christmas Day. They act like this is the first time. Oh no, he's going to have a heat wave on Christmas. It's going to be so warm. I'm like, buddy, you need to go back and look in the 80s. It was like, early 80s, it was cold and winter. We had snow and everything. Then in late 80s, mid 80s, it kind of like was going up and down. Late 80s and 1989, it was warm that year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then we had it was a hot summer, 90. Yeah, 90 was a hot summer. No, that was 88. I got married in 89. And we had snow. And I remember the snow in March and everything. Yeah, because, yeah, it was warm at 88. And then the summer was like kind of mild, but then it got hot. We had pouring rain for the last 24 hours. Our yard is flooded. I don't think we reached 40 today. Tomorrow will be in the 50s. I know. Because when I was because I remember one of those canvas shoes that came out and everything. My feet were so swollen. I was expecting my oldest child. I couldn't wear anything else except those things that here I'm walking in the snow, going to the hospital. Braxton Hicks. Um, the two I watch most are Ryan Hall, y'all, and Max Velocity. But Max is very dry and disconnected from the viewers. He does a good job of tracking the storms that Ryan is in love. All right, so yeah, I know what you're saying. So, but see, and then there's Weatherman Plus. I've watched Weather on the Go, Direct Weather, Weather Nerds Unite. It's Ponder on Weather, and it's POW, but it's Ponder on Weather. So, but I haven't seen anything from him lately. I think he's on vacation again. But yeah, those are the ones I watch. So then I'll go back and forth, and then sometimes I go to Ryan Hall, y'all, and everything, and just just to see what one says. If they're all kind of like meshing together about the weather and everything. We still have 8 minutes, so I am not opening the oven. Because I was thinking about the Polar Express. I was like, those songs, I know you can't sing on or that'd definitely be copyright. Because that movie, what? I don't know, is it 20 years old? Yeah, 2004. 21 years old movie. That's pretty cool. Hmm. And it's like, you get to looking at things, it's like, huh? I said, why is that? Ryan has made that bot that helps him read chat when he's live so he can help people better. Yeah, y'all bot. Oh, and there's also oh my goodness, let me look his name up. Evan Freiberger is his name. I got to look at it, it's like, yep, and that's his name. Evan Evan Fry Friberger. Evan Freiberger, one word, and he does a lot too. Um, when there's like nobody else live covering storms or whatever, he's right there on it too. So when we had some bad weather come through, oh my goodness, this was in the summertime. When all like tornadoes came through Illinois and everything else, he was only, and then came through here, he was only one live. And then one time, Ryan was the only one live. But I noticed the other day when they had storms out in the Midwest, somewhere like that, probably maybe further south, he was live covering, and just I looked up to see if anybody else was live. Nope, not Ryan, not other major ones. But he was covering it. Um, oh, what was it? I want to say it was a hurricane. It was a while back. Was it the one in Hawaii? Let's see here. Tropical storm. Um, which one that was? Alrighty. That probably was that one. Alright, let me get back down here. Tornado. Because I know it was me and Joy on phone. So that's tropical storm. Chantal. But it was a hurricane. I can't remember which one it was. And it may have been the earthquake that was with the tsunami. Yeah, that's what it was. The 8.8 earthquake and tsunami that happened July 29th through 30th. He was live covering that, and he was live for a long time covering that and everything. So come on, there you go. Thank you. Delete. Let's go check these out. So, because anyone that covers those big names, top stops, yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was the earthquake. It was off of Russia and everything. Alrighty. Let's turn this. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. We're gonna check. That's what they look like. I think they need about 5 more minutes. Yeah, they need a little bit longer. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. It reminds me of my mom baking and cooking at nighttime. She worked during the day. We would smell everything. And then we couldn't go to sleep because it smelled so good. I want to do a few more minutes. Oh my goodness, yes. So, yeah, that was poorly covered. It sure was. Yeah, more people should have been covering that. Especially the tsunami because I guess people didn't think it was going to happen. And he was like, we were live till we watched him until about like 2, 3 o'clock or so in the morning, and you could see the water, even though it was nighttime. You could see that water coming up to that camera, and then all of a sudden, the camera was gone because the water was over that camera, the one he was looking at, and it was like, wow. And then we were sitting there watching, and all of a sudden he goes, "Y'all, what? Look at this!" And all of a sudden he goes, "That tsunami," because they kept changing the time, but all of a sudden you saw the water, and it's like going way out, and then he goes, "Oh goodness!" He goes, "Here it comes," and you saw it, and then all of a sudden you just saw it just rush in. And I did. We would search to see if anybody else was covering it. But they were showing old feeds throughout the day. And nobody else was live showing that except Evan. And I was like, wow. And he does. He talks to people that he reads his chat and talks to everybody and stuff. So let's see. I finished this row. I just started this one. We'll see. Yeah, I thought I'd go fast. They're going fast on this one. Hook wants to get stuck. Oh, that smells so good. Probably should have done it extra 6 minutes instead of 5 minutes, because when you open up the oven, the heat that's built up in there comes out. So now it's got to build back up again. I'm glad to know another great weather person to follow. Exactly. Because sometimes they'll know more at first, especially like during tornado season. They can get the warnings out quicker than our local people, or before the sirens. And we have one that's probably like 100 feet from us. Tornado siren, and you know when it goes off, that's for sure. And every Wednesday they do a test to make sure they're working. One Wednesday it sounded like a dying cow or something or another, and I was like, okay, dokie, y'all need to go check on those and see what's going on. I say, if I sing that song, I need to get the words. First have all been sent, a Christmas wash is through, but I still have one wish to make, a special one for you. Merry Christmas, darling, we're apart, that's true, but I can dream, and in my dreams, Christmasing with you. Holidays are joyful, there's always something new, but every day's a holiday when I'm near to you. The lights on my tree, I wish you could see, I wish it every day. Logs on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. I just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. Ah, once on the fire, fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. I've just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. I wish I were with you. That's a Karen Carpenter song. Oh my goodness, that's 50 some years old too. Like, oh my goodness. Do, 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 do. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, yes, they look so great. And cinnamon smells so good. These cinnamon rolls will be so great on Christmas Eve for sure. Oh, yes. All right. Here we go. These look amazing. It smells so good. I'm just going to leave them right there. Woohoo! So, like, Tuesday morning, whatever. We'll may have one tomorrow. Who knows? Alrighty. Whew. You can look at that monster tornado up on Google. That dang thing was 1.2 miles wide and stayed down for like 70 miles. Officially killed 5 people in my county, but it was more. I know. I'm telling you. I'm trying to see something else on. What in the world? How did that get in there? Oh. So, yes, the cinnamon rolls are done. So that's actually from the start to the finish. I'm going to finish this row up. I'm making cinnamon rolls because that was my goal tonight on the live to make the cinnamon rolls. So I started maybe like 10 minutes or so into the live after all the introductions and talking and stuff. So it takes a while to make cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I'll go back and put in the recipe for the cinnamon rolls. Because it's supposed to be 1 cup of water, and I use 1.5. So you probably need like maybe 4.5 cups of flour. Depends on how, firm you want your rolls to be, but as I said, we wing it tonight. And they turned out really good. Oops. Doing, making all those, like this. I'll make spinach balls and then sausage balls. Logan was still living in Nixon, Missouri when the Joplin tornado hit in 2011. It turned in Cleaver, just 5 miles from his mom's house. We were dating at the time, making plans for him to move here. Oh my goodness, I know. We were living in Springfield. That thing was heading towards us. And just happened somehow or another when I got to the higher part of the mountain, it turned. I remember we moved to Springfield. Oh, we never have tornadoes here. We don't ever have this weather here. Yeah. We had snow. We had tornadoes. I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Which never does this here. Okay, yeah, all right. All right. Whatever y'all say. All right. So where is my stitch marker? Is right there. So this is what it's starting to look like with the colors. I think it's going to look pretty good. Alrighty. Let's see here. One of the families of tubers each I follow were actually hit by the Joplin tornado and survived. Yep. And there was a lot of people. Yep. He lived 5 miles from Cleaver, near Brahms by the Quick Stop in Nixon. Yep, I know exactly where that's at. I know. Now that was the year the Duggars came up and helped a lot of people and everything. So thank y'all for being here and keeping me company and everything. And we had fun making those cinnamon rolls. They smell so good. Oh, they smell so good and everything. So I'm going ahead and end for tonight. I've been on the phone with, I was on the phone and had to go to the closet. I had been on the phone with him and he said he had to go to the closet. But yeah, I know. I understand that. I'll tell you. So, yes, Monday's regular live. I will be live tomorrow night. Countdown to Christmas and everything. So, thank y'all so much for being here. I might make something tomorrow night also, cooking in there and everything. So, y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Home. Yep, definitely.